I'm Brianna. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Congrats on your new album. Just diving right in, what made you realize that you
Oh
kind of wanted to pursue
shit.
music
Yeah.
independently? Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just like kind of I'd waited a long time. So I
Hmm.
think I was just ready, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Did you have songs like in your back pocket that kind of felt more for you that you held on to, and then you were ready to kind of pursue music solely?
Yeah,
Solo?
I mean I think like during like COVID, like, that was probably the explosion of
Yeah.
like the amount of songs that were probably being written at that time were probably through the roof.
Yeah.
I think like I went through like a heavy period of writing. Um, and then that's kind of like when first started. And then like Luke and Ash from the band, they had already, I think, from my mind, maybe it was just Ash had released an album before. So thank those
Yeah.
guys.
Um, was there any advice that you got from them about going solo, or things that you learned just from watching them pursue it first?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they didn't fuck it up, which was nice. They released great albums. Respected the dynamics of the band, like how the band work internally, and also with the fans as well. And people who supported the music. And yeah, because I feel like that's kind of like the stigma is around bands doing solo records is like, oh shit, like everything's gonna fall apart.
Mhm.
And I think, I think Ash probably more so just because he did it first. Um, he kind of really paved the way for the rest of us to realize, oh, this is an actual possibility, because like we didn't really know at that time. Like now it's way easier for me since I'm going last and being like, oh,
Yeah.
like I've the blueprint, I've like the guidelines, like when you go bowling and you have like the rails,
Oh, the
the
bumpers? Yes.
bumpers. Yeah, that's what I did. And like I even had like the little thing that you push it off.
Oh.
Like, that's what I did. But those guys really kind of like, they were bowling without the bumpers. Yeah.
What did you learn, I guess, about writing independently that really surprised you, that you just didn't expect?
Um. Oh yeah, good question. I think. I mean, I've been writing by myself for since for a long time, but I think like in terms of actually making an album, like how difficult it is to actually put together a body of work that's kind of representative of who you are as an artist now. I think that was really quite difficult for me, but I also had like, Jackson and David and TMS who I worked with on the album, they produced and wrote it with me, like were great um to kind of help me help me along. Please help. Please please help. Yeah. So they helped me a lot.
Yeah. How did you navigate finding your sound outside of the band, and what are your like personal musical influences?
How did I navigate it? Very timidly.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a little like a like a little I'm not gonna say that. I think, yeah, I mean, everyone in the band kind of has like their own kind of niche.
Mhm.
Um, mine, especially with this album, kind of it lent itself more to like European
Mhm.
alt rock. Like Phoenix and a band called The Radio Department was pretty huge. They're a Swedish duo, kind of like pop alternative band. Um, and who else was in there? There's bands like someone actually brought up The National the other day, which is probably very valid. Like Gang of Youths, like especially with the first single. And yeah, so it kind of lent more towards European
Mhm.
European based or
Yeah.
Australian or American.
That's three different countries. How did you start the album? What was the first song that really kicked things off for you?
I Wanted to Stay was probably pretty big, pretty pivotal. It's the first song I kind of wrote with Jackson.
Hmm.
And I think that's kind of when I realized that maybe the album was kind of it could be something different than to what I had kind of implanted in my mind. I think I had like such a rigid view of what I wanted to make, and that kind of like blew the doors down and made me realize, oh, like it could be, um, I don't know, it could actually become something greater than what I first imagined.
Hmm. What did you first imagine for it that kind of like evolved?
Yeah, I think I just wanted it to be like in the simplest of terms, confusing to people. I think I wanted it to be like this kind of like esoteric, ethereal, really introspective thing that no one kind of really understood, but it was amazing. And I think that was like something that I just couldn't, I just couldn't really achieve that, or wasn't possible. It like wasn't possible for me to create because it confused me. And yeah, I think after that, I was like, oh, I just need to be really honest and authentic.
Hmm. I feel like heartbreak is kind of a major theme on this record. So were there ever songs or lyrics that felt maybe a little too honest or vulnerable? And what gave you the courage to include it anyway and like put it out there?
Uh, I don't know. I didn't really think about it that much. Which is weird because I just think about everything. And Yeah, I think it was just like the songs in within themselves, like they have so many different meanings. Even if it's just like a song, there's multiple meanings for me. So I just wanted it to be like uh, tell a story.
Yeah.
Tell us a story, man. Yeah, that's it.
Which song on the album would you say you're most proud to have written?
Three Swords, which is the last song,
Mm.
is a song that means a lot to me. It talks about my childhood. It talks about where I am now. It talks about kind of like how I feel about the last 29 years of life. And it became kind of like more of a blossoming song. At the start, it was like a little more depressing.
Mhm.
But as the process grew, yeah, it just became a song about like acceptance and like there's a certain like uh, gentleness in the way that I'm talking to myself, which I really like.
Yeah. Was there a song on the album that was a little bit difficult to finish or get past the finish line, I suppose?
Yes, all of them. I think, yeah, the whole. I mean, Call Me When You Know Better kind of took a while, but yeah, they all kind of like because I was just kind of dipping my toe in and
Yeah.
out of the process, so they all took a really a really long time.
Were there any that came more quickly than the others that just felt, I guess, more organic or effortless?
Yeah, don't forget you love me. It was pretty much like how it sounds now. Is pretty much how it always was, like from day one, which is pretty rare. So yeah, that one.
Cool.
Cool.
And then is there like a standout lyric that when it came to you, you got really excited about it and you're like, this is good?
Uh, now this is good. I really love the lyrics in Sweet Dream.
Hmm.
As a whole, that's probably like, um, my favorite song lyrically. Just because it's kind of stays within the lines that I drew for myself, and it like really plays on that concept. Um, and Sunsetter for sure.
Yeah. And how did you pursue kind of like the visual aspect of the album? I got a chance to watch it all this morning and it seems very like
Mm.
similar, but super broken up. So kind of what was your inspiration for that?
For the visuals, yeah, I think it was like I think I also reconnected with a good friend, Andy DeLuca,
Okay.
and I also had a great a great team that kind of helped me because I kind of like these guidelines um that I felt could be cool for the album visually, but I kind of needed help to kind of like actualize those those. But I think that a lot of them kind of they play on kind of the big theme is like loops
Yeah.
and how and cycles and feeling like you're kind of stuck in a cycle, and also these themes of like very large open naturalistic spaces that are very cinematic, and then also very like isolating um and like debilitating kind of like scenes that are
Yeah.
kind of going that are in my head. So there's an aspect of surrealism there too,
Yeah.
I think.
And with filming this alone, did it feel like you had more like creative freedom, or did it feel heavy, like all the work was on you? You didn't have to like share.
No, I think like in terms of the creative freedom, like I have just as much creative freedom as with the band, but there's definitely more responsibility just because I'm not like I don't have them to kind of lean on in terms of opinions to help clarify certain situations. Like during the songwriting process, like we'd just be talking about songs all the
Mhm.
time, which helps it it like helps it along the way. But with this one it was more just me kind of thinking yeah, so there was a lot of like me kind of going around in circles in my head.
Oh, no.
I
Did
know.
you get any advice from them in the creative process, or did you really want to keep it, I guess, more independent and outside of Five Sauce?
I mean, I've learned pretty much everything I know about songwriting with the
Yeah.
guys, and from the guys. So I definitely over the last 15 years, like I've learned so much from them. Like they're the best songwriters that I
Mhm.
know. And so I feel very lucky to just be like kind of observing how they work. And also like why they do what they do is really important. Like there needed to be a why for me to um kind of do this in the first
Yeah.
place. And but in terms of actually doing it, no, there was just kind of me just like this is a big period of me growing up as an artist without, you know, me boys.
Yeah. In the future, do you see yourself kind of casually coming out with more solo music, or is it something that's a little bit more of a priority to you? And how does now experiencing writing on your own like impact whenever you're writing with the band again? Like, has it changed any perspective for you?
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like I just know myself better. So
Yeah.
I think I was coming to a point where I was just getting a little bit stagnant in my writing.
Mhm.
I didn't really know what I liked. I was getting a little bit confused of how to kind of operate within my like there was a there was just something missing, I think. So I needed to like essentially go figure my shit out, um, and then come back and be like, oh, okay, I know my role, I know like what I love,
Yeah.
and then I can just like lean into that.
Mhm. Before we wrap up, there is an extreme amount of fan
Okay, yeah,
questions. So
I'm saying like,
we'll get started on these just a couple minutes sooner than I typically would. I'm opening up the question bubble at the bottom if anyone wants to add anything.
oh, where's that?
Um, I think
Oh, there it
it has,
is.
yeah. Let me just skim through this. Oh, okay, I like this one. If you could say something to yourself from 5 years ago, what would you say?
Uh, dude, I'd say stop playing so many video games. And also, tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them. Stop drinking so much. Go for a walk. Take off the skinny jeans. Leather jacket's a little too small for you. And yeah, that's it.
All right. There's a lot of questions in here about
Soup,
soup and coffee.
soup, and coffee.
And
I don't know where the soup thing came from, but I love it. Is it? What's your favorite soup? What's your favorite soup?
My favorite soup. I'm loving a mushroom soup right now.
Ew,
Ew.
ew.
Ugh. Um,
No, I won't yuck your yum. Yeah,
someone
what you
asked, why does so much
yeah, can we
of
talk
your
about the soups a little, a little
no,
longer?
why does so much of your promo revolve around cake being smashed into your face?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I did
Hmm.
one. I guess I did two like kind of videos with the cakes being smashed. I don't know. I love cake. I have cake in my fridge right now.
Was that your idea or was that brought to you?
I was probably brought to me, and I was
Okay,
like, that sounds
sure.
fun.
All right. This one asks, what song from Order Chaos Order to start my day?
Oh, to start your day,
Yeah.
endless ways probably. I don't know. It depends what mood you're in. The whole album's pretty sad, so I'd end it with it.
Yeah. And then what is your favorite memory from creating the record?
That's a good question. I tried Hailey Bieber's smoothie from Air One,
Yeah.
and it blew me away.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good. Um, and then obviously, the you know growing as a person
Yeah.
throughout the process.
How did the Air One smoothie like play a role in creating the album? Why is that the standout memory or favorite memory?
Um, because I don't know, we had a great. What day was that? That might have been the day we wrote Endless Ways.
Okay.
I was with Jackson and Elijah,
Hmm.
your friend, and we always used to go to Air One and and to have lunch. So that's why.
All right. And then what song were you most scared to release?
The first one for sure. Don't forget you love me. Yeah, the first statement of and showing my solo music to the world. So yeah, that was pretty. I remember freaking out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Did it scare you more that it was like, I guess like your presentation or like debut as a solo artist, or like the vulnerability of the song kind of letting people into your world?
I think perception scares me.
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, I mean, I could write. I love to write songs that just kind of sit in my Dropbox. And just live there. So yeah, the concept of showing people, letting people in, letting people have an opinion was a bit scary.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for
Whoa.
joining us for Songwriters Camp.
No, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Have a good day.
All right,
Bye.
bye.